All right, members of the culture. I am Ra, and you are here. Welcome in, everybody, as I adjust this microphone one more time. Okay, we should be good now. Welcome in, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well in whatever part of the world you may be, whatever time this is. Sending always positive thoughts and well wishes to all of you out there. Thank you for joining me here today. And the purpose of today's video, I really want to talk about one particular toy line as it relates to the future, right? Before anyone gets in the comments, because I do want you to get in the comments, certainly. I value your opinion, so remember to please like, share, subscribe, and definitely engage in the comment section. I'm a little behind. I apologize about that. I've been tied up, but I'm going to respond because I know I got a couple of comments to answer. I'm going to answer those tonight. That's what I'm saying. The topic I want to talk to about now is Todd McFarlane underappreciated? It's really something I want to talk about. And he won't be just the whole crux of the video, but the majority of it, yes, is him. Is he underappreciated? So, in order to understand where we are, you kind of have to understand where we've come from, right? So, we all remember back in the day, and no disrespect, Toy Biz, loved them. Wonderful job. My man Clever's Multiverse did a wonderful video about that. Go check his channel. Always support the homie. Where he talked about the Toy Biz era and how we all got spoiled. It's spoiled coming into what collecting is today. How Toy Biz had an unsustainable model, and it makes sense. But back to the topic at hand. In terms of Todd McFarlane, you got to look at where it was. And when I say that, I'm only going to go back as far as Mattel. Prior to him getting there, as much hate as he gets, and I'm not saying he's without fault. He's not. He's not perfect. He makes mistakes. Every toy line does. We bash Marvel Legends every day for stuff. Well, I don't, but I do it as necessary. But if you look at some of the other big toy lines, big channels, they do bash and they tell the truth. But Marvel Legends makes mistakes too. Nobody's perfect, so let's be clear on that. But Todd, for instance, he took over from Mattel. And if you know what the toy line was like, what DC was like under Mattel, if you don't know, you can Google the images. Dreadful. Not very good. Not a lot of fun. And I'm not crapping on Mattel. I like them. They're a great company. They put toys out from my childhood. But I have to tell the truth. I'm required to tell the truth on this channel. So when I think about what it was, where we were, we got figures with terrible articulation. The head sculpts are good. Not to mention the output. It's not the same. For all the faults that I will give, pardon me, as I talk about it, here's Marvel Legends Punisher. I have a review coming up pretty soon of this guy. Now, I roll with this guy. I love John Bernthal as Frank Castle. Love the show. I can see him in there. It's not a perfect head scan to me. I can see him in there. I know who it is, but it's not a perfect head scan. They've nailed head scans on others. This one's not bad, but I know I can see it. But if I hadn't seen the show, I wouldn't be able to pick out John Bernthal. Maybe not. Right? So we give them flack, but still, excuse me, still Marvel Legends. Right? Now, roll over to Todd, which his DC Direct Page Puncher's line is on fire. His line really is on fire, period, anyway, but DC Direct has been on fire. Check that out. I saw a review of this. As I move it, I think you can see it. I don't know if the camera's catching it. That coat, my man D Hunter's Reviews. Shout out D Hunter's Reviews. But that coat, he said, is made of kind of a flimsy material. It looks cool. But he said it's just a flimsy material, which he doesn't like the feel of it and how it goes. But it looks cool. But this Joker, for instance, is hard to find. I don't know about in your neck of the woods where you may be. This Joker is hard to find. Right? So for all the flack we give Todd McFarlane on his stuff, his figures sell out. Not all of them. He's got Batwoman. I'm not saying that. But most of his figures sell out. We're about to see the most perfect Batgirl ever. Remember this out? That and Todd doesn't always put out a lot of female characters, but when he does, he's had some misses. excuse me, he's had some misses and he's had some hits. This Batgirl that's out now, you guys should know the Batgirl I'm talking about. Absolutely amazing sculpt. If his figures weren't worth anything, then tell me why they sell out. It's not that he doesn't do quantity, because we know that. That's what I was saying with Mattel. My fear is that, one, Mattel's going to take it away from 7-inch. I like 7-inch figures. Let me be clear on that. Nothing against 6-inch, but I prefer 7-inch figures. And when Mattel takes over, I have a feeling they're not going to do those. They're going to go back to 6-inch, 5.5. Who knows? Will we get a drop in quality? I'm not sure. Will we get a drop in quantity? I think so. I hate to say that, and I'm not trying to forecast bad things or doubt, but if I'm being honest, I only have to go with what my eyes tell me. I know what it was like before he got the license. I know what Motu has done. It was good for a minute, and then you couldn't find Motu. They wouldn't put it out. So they didn't pump out the quantity that McFarlane Toys does. So that's something that's going to be a difference that you'll have to get used to. I highly doubt it changes. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. And if we're already upset if we're being real about everything, if we're already upset about figures, with Hasbro raising their prices and whatnot, and toy companies raising their prices, what are we going to do when Mattel comes out and they raise the prices? And the figure that we're already griping about paying $27.99 for is all of a sudden 5.5 inches or 6 inches. Now we're getting less of a figure for more money. Maybe it makes sense. But my point is, his figures sell out. Like this Joker, for instance. I just used this one because it's the most recent. Hard to find. Right? That Scarecrow, selling out. Hard to find. The scalpers, scalpers are having a field day with that Scarecrow. You can go look on eBay right now if you don't believe me. Let's just see the price of what people are selling it for. It's a $29 figure, and I think it's $29, and I've already seen it go for $50. So that one's on there. This Joker is on there. I don't think he's as high, but it's there. It's being scalped. It's hard to find. We're not even going to get into the Walmart exclusive Emerald Twilight Green Lantern. That's one I wanted so bad. I want that one, and I got to tap again Clever's Multiverse for saying about exclusives killing the hobby. I don't think so, but sometimes certain figures I don't think should be. This was something that everybody was going to want. He made it a Walmart exclusive. You can't find that thing. They ain't stocked it in I don't know how long. Pre-order sold out. If you see it on there now, it's definitely third party, and it's definitely not $29.99. I know that's what the price is. You can go check that. And it's $60, $70. I've seen it for like $80. It's outrageous. But that's the market we in, man. He didn't put out enough of that figure. He didn't put out enough of that figure, and then he made it an exclusive. That's a double whammy. So now you don't have enough of it, and I can only get it at Walmart. And that's not me taking a stab at them, because it could have been the same way whether it was Target, Best Buy, whoever it is. But you made it exclusive to one retailer, and it's not that much of it out there. So that thing, so go look it up. It's cool. It's from them Twilight's storyline. He's got all the power rings, and he just looks demonic. It's so cool. But yet and still sold out. So if and this is not me. I'm trying to be as fair as I can. I am a McFarlane fan, but I criticize him when he does wrong. Same thing with Marvel Legends. Same thing with anybody, Hot Toys, anybody else. I criticize him. I call it out. If it's wrong, I call it out. I'm not sponsored by anybody or anything like that. I'm not beholden to him. And even if I was, I'm going to tell the truth, because this channel was founded in truth, and it will remain that way until it no longer exists. So yeah, I would call it out if there was some BS to it. If I'm gonna give you your grace, then I'm also gonna call out your opportunities. It's got to be both. I can't just praise you, and sweep everything else you do that's wrong under the rug. It has to be called out and brought to attention, because somebody with a better eye than mine will notice those things and call it out and go, well, why is this? Why didn't you call that out? Especially when it's glaringly obvious, right? So my point in saying that is, he's not perfect. But I think right now I see all the hate and all the comments that he's getting. McFarlane should go away. He should go away. He's this, he's that. And I'm like, you must not have known what it was like before he got that license. But you will find out once he loses it. It's already been extended by 6 months. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I would not be surprised if all of a sudden that deal that they had with Mattel fell through. I would not be surprised at all because it was supposed to take over in the middle of next year, and now it's through the end of 2026. So 6 more months just got tacked on for some strange, odd reason. So I don't know it. I don't know the specifics about that. I don't know who said what, but I just know that it got extended, and that's because, in my opinion, I would not be surprised if the deal fell through and they changed their mind because they have a good thing going, right? And I hate that it has to be exclusive to somebody to begin with. I wouldn't mind having a world where Mattel got to make figures on top of Todd McFarlane's DC Multiverse line. Why can't two people do it? I get it. And what I believe is going to happen, and you heard it here first, I said it before, if Todd does officially lose a license in 2026, I think this is what he's going to do. That's what I think he's going to do. He has stated he's not out of the DC business. So he may be done with DC Multiverse, but DC's a big line, folks, and they want to make money. Okay, their parent company, Warner Brothers, it's owning a lot of stuff. They want to make money, right? So if DC likes making money, then it behooves them to have someone making figures. So do not be surprised if you see this line, DC Direct, continue. This is not DC Multiverse, it's DC Direct Page Puncher's line, which is based off 9 times out of 10 off of a comic. So there's room in the world for both of those. So maybe the multiverse goes away, in a sense, goes away, and Mattel gets it, and then Todd keeps doing DC Direct, and we'll see what happens. Because those figures, DC Direct figures, I think are really slept on. I'm not joking. No pun intended. Those figures are really highly slept on. They're good figures. I'm a huge fan of that line. I mean, that line has some bangers. If you followed this channel for any amount of time, you know I'm a big fan of these figures. I like them, right? One of my all-time favorites, review on the channel, Kingdom Come Superman. Absolute banger. Sketch edition, black and white, Black Manta. So dope. The infamous Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow from the Truck Heist. Probably not supposed to talk about that, but do your research. You'll know. Those of you out there, you know what I'm talking about. The aforementioned Joker. Bam. Mr. Freeze. Some people think this is a corny figure. I don't know how. I think it looks really cool. And that's not what traditionally Victor Freeze has become, but it's based off of, as you can see, there it is. It's a comic book right there in the back. You know, it's off of a storyline. And long before the hierarchy in the DC universe, the power of it was about to change, we had the real, no disrespect, Rock, no disrespect, the real comic accurate Black Adam. Right? So the DC had a lot of bangers. Really, really had a lot of good stuff that was there and is out there. So that, sure, could that line continue? Absolutely. I want to see that line continue because he has creative freedom. He's pulling from source material and getting to make those figures, which is cool because a lot of these ones we get are not always tied to a comic, but these usually are. They're page punchers. They're from there and they're awesome. So I hope to see that continue. But that could just be me, you know. I don't want to see the DC Multiverse go out because I'm telling you, I absolutely love that line. You know, just like I love Direct, it's the exact same thing. I love Direct, but, I mean, speaking of lanterns, one of my favorite sets right here. You guys know about this. Come on, man. Kilowog, Kyle Rayner. Awesome. I love this, right? And, of course, we know about this one. The Nightfall set. Where Batman, he infamously broke the bat. Right? Isn't that dope? Give you one more look at that. Look at that figure. Juice to the gills, baby. And this Green Lantern, I mean, like Kilowog. We don't even have, I mean, rare that you see a Kilowog sighting, but he has existed. So, as you can see, there's a lot of benefit to having Todd's crew. He's done some quality work at the end of the day, regardless of how people feel. And I really think it's one of those situations where you don't know what you got till it's gone. You know, Miss Jackson if you're nasty. But I think we'll appreciate Todd more when we don't have that license. And, you know, shout out to Mattel. Hopefully they'll do a good job. But if I was just gambling, I'll be honest with you, I'll be the first to say on this channel, if I'm wrong, I'll come out here and tell you, I don't have an ego. I'll come out and say, hey, man, Mattel actually swung for the fences and made me look wrong. And I'm eating crow. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to miss Todd McFarlane at the end of the day. It's all said and done. So even if you don't like him, sometimes you have a situation where it's the lesser of two evils, the devil you know versus the devil you don't know. However you want to view it. I think we're in a good place with McFarlane. It'll be worse when he's gone. You'll miss me when I'm gone, like Drake says, right? But look, that's my spiel. I'm not going to take too long on the topic here. I just wanted to make sure I took my time to talk about Todd McFarlane, get that man his flowers, and then ask you what your take is. Do you own any McFarlane figures? What's your favorite McFarlane figure? How do you feel about the license going forward? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Until I catch you guys on the next one, don't forget, please continue to stay tuned. Please remember to stay collecting. And above all, please remember to stay great. Peace, y'all, and I'll see y'all on the next video.